Hi, today I'm gonna be doing a video on how I highlight and contour. It's extremely easy, so if you want to know how to do it, just keep watching. I already have this side done with cream highlight and contour, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do this side. For this video, there's gonna be a lot of fast clips because it's not that complicated, to tell you the truth. It's very easy to highlight and contour. So I'm just gonna draw like a triangle right here, right underneath my eye. Once I fill in this triangle, the leftover, I'm just gonna pull it up, and then I'm also gonna highlight a little bit of my chin, my nose, and my forehead, of course. But I'm gonna try to contour most of my forehead since I do have a pretty big forehead. So if you have a pretty big forehead like me, you want to contour more. But if you have a small forehead, you want to highlight more. And then you just want to fill it in like this, just dabbing it. It's that simple. It's not that complicated. And since I still have some in here, I'm just going to apply some on my chin. Just dabbing it onto my chin, my nose. I'm gonna go back to this area and then just pull all the concealer back. Then I'm going to touch my forehead a little. And then a damp beauty blender. So like I said, I recommend investing $20 in a beauty blender. I mean, it is kind of expensive, but believe me, it makes a huge difference. Do not get a dupe beauty blender. Get the original one. I wet it and I dried it just so it could be damped, you know. This is probably like the most complicated part, but it's not that complicated. Does that make sense? Like, a lot of people, including myself, when I first started using it, I was dragging the makeup like this. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to dab it into your face, like pushing it in like this. I don't know if you can see. Just dabbing it into the face like this. Do not go like that. Just dab it until it blends out. Because if you pull it like this, it's going to leave dry areas and makeup blotches, and it's going to look disgusting. You want to do this to all the areas that you apply the concealer on. Then I'm going to grab my absolute favorite foundation stick to contour my face, which is a Maybelline, I believe the 355. And I'm just going to draw a line underneath my cheekbone. Then just draw two lines like this on my chin so it could look a little bit more slimmer, you know. And then obviously my forehead, I'm just going to draw lines like this. And then on my nose, because I also have a pretty big nose, so I'm going to try to give it the illusion that it looks smaller. Then I'm going to grab a brush from Real Techniques. This is a Dew Fiber Contour Brush, and I'm just going to go in circular motions and back and forth just to buff it out. I'm not going to really stress over if it's not blended out enough, because I'm going to go back with the Beauty Blender and make sure that it's super blended. And the way I'm going to do that is just tap the Beauty Blender into that area until it's completely blended out. But as you guys can see, it's not that blended out. So I'm just going to go back with the Beauty Blender and then just dab it into my skin like this on those areas that I contoured and buff it out. I'm going to use a translucent powder. The translucent powder is just a powder without any pigment. Simple as that. So it's just something to set it with, but it doesn't have any color to it. So that's the reason why I like using the translucent powder when I highlight and contour my face, because it's not going to change anything. It's just going to set my face. If you have oily skin like me, you definitely want to set your makeup. And when you use translucent powder, you don't need that much powder. Just a little bit, you know, just dabbing it on the areas. So my main focus with the translucent powder is just dabbing it into the areas where I highlighted with the cream, and a little bit on the areas that I contoured with the cream, but not too much. I'm going to go back with a Too Faced bronzer. This was in chocolate, to set the areas where I had contoured on, just to make it more like bam. So you don't need that much. And for this part, you just want to dab it into your face like this, all over those areas like this. Do not go back and forth. Now that I'm all done with that, I'm going to grab the MAC, what is it? I can't read the name. Sorry. But it's just this brush. Totally forgot the name of it. and the Too Faced chocolate. And I'm just going to pick up the color. And I'm going to start back here. You want the darkest areas to start all the way back over here. You do not start over here. Even when you're applying blush, you want to start back here. You do not want to start over here. You want it to blend out. So I'm going to start back here. And I'm just going to trace over that cream contour. And I'm going to do this to all the areas where I had used the cream contour. And then I'm also going to drag it down into my neck. And then for my nose, I'm going to use a smaller brush. This is a Finding Eye brush from e.l.f. And I'm going to pick up a little bit of that color. And I'm just going to trace over that contour line. And then I'm going to kind of like bring it down my nose, but not too much. Now I'm just going to apply blush to my cheek. This is a Romantic Rose from Milani. And I'm going to use the MAC 123. 128. I can't read the number. But anyways, this is a blush brush. And I'm just going to pick up a little bit of it. And then I'm going to start back here. And then right above that contour line. And bring it down like this. And then just go in circular motions to blend it all out. And then I'm going to grab the Sigma Taper Highlighter, the F35 brush. And this beautiful highlight from Becca. It's called Opal. It's my favorite. I'm just going to go ahead and apply it right above the blush. And then I'm going to grab the blush brush and blend it all together. So it could be well blended. I'm all done with this look. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. And I hope you guys found highlighting and contouring extremely easy, because it is. It just sounds complicated, but it really isn't. It's super easy. And it makes a huge difference, believe me. So if you want to watch more of my videos, just subscribe. And if you want to watch more of me, just follow me on Instagram at only_Jasmine. And if you want to see some of my beauty tips, just like my page on Facebook, Only Jasmine. Well, thank you guys for watching. Bye.